What's up, everybody? It's the Red Element coming at you from the RedCraft server. This is going to be episode 1, and it's not going to be anything real big, although we did dig this giant hole under the base to expand the storage, taking it all the way down there. So we've got quite a bit of work to do here. I'm going to go ahead and put up a time lapse of the whole dig that me and Removing Star worked on. And then after that, we'll get started on building up more of these item filters and chests. So I know I just said that I would be doing a time lapse of digging out the giant hole that's in the base behind me. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. So I had the replay videos, and I did it in 2 separate sessions because it took almost 8 hours. And what ended up happening is the second video was completely corrupted, and Final Cut couldn't do anything with it. I went into replay mod and tried to recover it that way, and it just wasn't working out. So no replay. But we'll get back on with it, and hopefully I can still salvage some of this. So obviously this is going to require quite a bit of scaffolding and just kind of building out a good floor area to get started on. And then there's that same bug that they still haven't fixed in 1.16 with the floating scaffold. And on our server, if you actually step on that block without breaking it, you're going to be flying, and you'll get kicked for flying. And it's kind of annoying, and I haven't figured out a way around that yet. So it occurs to me, as I'm laying down all these components for just this first set of filters, that I've already gone through a lot of redstone resources. Way more than I actually currently can afford to use. So I'm definitely going to be spending some time at our witch farm, because otherwise I'm that's not where they go. There we go. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to spend quite a bit of time AFK in our witch farm just to get enough just redstone dust. I mean, not even including I'm gonna have 1 dust, 3 dust per item, and then a comparator takes 3 dust, and then 3 more dust for the repeater, and then 1 for the torch. So 10 redstone dust per item, and each row has 3 sets of 8. So that's 240 redstone dust that I need for each row. And I think there are about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there are 5s in each. 5 in each floor. So 5 times 240 is 1,200. It's 1,200 redstone dust a floor, and then you got to multiply that by 6. I think I'm going to end up with 6 floors. That's 7,200 redstone dust that I need just to get these filters set up, which that's going to take some doing. So here I decided to actually get some flooring in here to
make putting in all these hoppers and chests and item filters a lot easier, as well as to get a height for each subsequent layer down below. That way we can figure out exactly how many of these I can get in and where they needed to be placed. Then I spent what seemed like forever, but actually wasn't enough time over at the tree farm collecting up as much wood as I could, and did this at least 5 or 6 more times. Just me, not even including what Star came over here and did. And once all that's done, then we come over to the iron farm and just make a stupid amount of hoppers, which at least gives me an excuse to use some of this iron. I still haven't built any overflow protection on it, and it hasn't really caused lag yet, but I'm sure that it will soon. And while I was doing that, as you can see a little bit down below, we've already got all the floor in. Stars going ahead and laying down all the stone slab for the lower levels and everything. That way, once the section's complete, we can just move down and build new filters and more chests and more hoppers and more AFK and all the good stuff that came with this project. And after a very long time, we have finally gotten to the point where laying down the glass for the water streams, getting the ice and the pressure plates in place for the last row of these item filters on this level. Already added in all the rotten flesh sorters and everything like that, so once this glass is in, we'll add a little bit of water, and this whole thing, this level will be done. Not the whole thing, by a long sight. So I had to take a little break from the item filters in the storage system at this point because Bez was having a real hard time getting past these piglins in this Crimson Forest to recover his items when he was dying in the Nether. So, just to kind of get a quick distraction from the repetitive smooth stone and hopper and redstone placing, we came over here to the Nether and just gave him a quick hand and helped him build down a little bit to start mining some netherite. And while we were taking a little break, I figured I'd go ahead and sell Bez some stuff he needed. A couple of shulkers and stuff for beds and leather for who knows what. But that got us a quick 5 diamonds. And not long after that, I ended up running out of redstone completely. So we had to come over here to the witch farm, and I was hoping to find some redstone resources here, but no such luck. So I had to go in and do a little AFKing. And after a few more lost replay mod files, finally got to the point where we're adding all the item frames and getting everything ready to actually be sorted and make this whole thing operational.
So after all that work, we have got a completed storage system here. We've got 5 rows of the Impulse SV type sorters, along with high value items at the top, using the sorters that only require 1 item in the hopper above. That way we keep our most valuable items in stock and we don't have 41 of them tied up in an item filter. We've got 8 chests per section, 3 sections per row, 5 rows per level, and 5 levels. So we have quite a bit of storage going on down here, and quite a bit of frame drop here too because of the chests and the hoppers and item frames. It'd have been a lot worse if we weren't using water streams, but tweaked Optifine a little bit, and I'm getting close to 15 frames a second over here now, which is a lot better than the 3 that it was. And then while I was in here, all the footage of building this got corrupted, but this is a elevator that I found on YouTube, and I'll link to the video I used below. I forget the creator's name right now. Little simple one wide flying machine elevator. All I got to do is finish closing up these blocks, get the call function working, and figure out how I'm going to do this one better. And then I can start on decorating and everything on the rest of the storage down here. So that's going to do it for me today. I know it's a shorter episode, but don't be fooled. This is actually pretty close to 20 to 25 hours worth of work between digging the hole and building the filters. Not even counting AFK, and actually, we had to AFK at the witch farm. We had to AFK at the factory on the tree farm. Had to do a little AFK in at the Hoglin farm for the leather for the item frames. And then, of course, building everything was a monumental task in itself. But it is finally done. So we can move on to bigger and better things in the upcoming episodes, like a gold farm, a piglin bartering system, and things like that, so we can get some renewable obsidian and quartz. But I'll catch you in the next one. Later.